think we're live. Hello, hello. Just coming in with a couple of quick tips about grounding. This is something obviously that for me, this is a really important practice when I'm looking to, I guess, bring myself back to a balanced state. So when I'm starting to feel a little bit burnt out, I'm starting to feel like a little bit like I'm a bit edgy, I'm a bit agitated, things aren't quite feeling aligned. Often that's about being grounded, and so these are the things that I use personally to sort of bring myself back into a more grounded state. Um, so the first thing is obviously that like my favorite thing to do in the whole entire world is walk barefoot on grass. I'm a big fan of being barefoot and being just really connected to the earth. That's called earthing. It's something that is really easy to do. It is literally just taking your shoes and socks off, or whatever you're wearing on your feet, and just walking barefoot on the grass, or connecting with a tree by just placing your hands on it. Just really connecting yourself to the energy that is coming from the earth. So that's earthing, and that's a really easy way to connect. The other one that I use quite often is rooting, which is when you visualize that you grow roots basically and you connect into the ground with them. We see this probably quite a lot in meditation, I think, where people, they'll connect to the source of energy from the sky, and then they'll connect to the earth, and you'll see, or you'll hear that process of imagine that roots are growing from your feet, or from, sometimes it'll start higher up your body, sometimes it won't describe it, it'll just say like, imagine roots growing into the ground from your body, and wrapping themselves around you and connecting you to the ground. And that visualization of that is really, really powerful. And the other way that I go about it sometimes is if I'm feeling like I need uh, a bit of strength along with that grounding. So it's not just a grounding process, it's more of a strength. I'll shapeshift into a mountain. So I am fortunate enough that when I sit in my office space that I'm sitting in now, I look directly out at what they call the harbour cone, which is a mountain basically across the harbour from my house, and it's very much like that feeling of being big and strong and immovable, and really, there's nothing more representative of the power of earth than a mountain that is just so stable and so strong and so connected to the earth. And so you can imagine yourself, like, just close your eyes and just imagine yourself growing into that, and just growing up, but really still having that powerful connection to the earth below you, and just really embrace the feeling of strength and groundedness that comes with that. There are lots of other grounding techniques that you can use. Some of them are things like having a shower, or using water to just like really shift your energy, and shift your energy down into the earth. A light bath is another way of going about it. So just running light through your body and letting that go and connect to the light in the center of the earth. Some people will use a crystal in the center of the earth. It really depends on what feels right for you, and play around with it. Don't take what I say to be gospel. If it works for you in a different way, embrace that and go with that. The other thing is things like essential oils, incense, herbs. So there's really grounding herbs like frankincense, patchouli. Saging is a really well-known spiritual practice that cleanses areas of negative energy. Doesn't necessarily ground you the same way, but it allows you to only connect to the positive energy that the earth is providing. You can also use crystals, so darker crystals. Crystals obviously are created from the earth. They're created from that, the made of the earth, and therefore that can be a really powerful thing to use. Just hold them in your hand, and just really focus on being grounded, being connected to where they come from. You can also use music. Drumming is an excellent way of reconnecting with the earth and grounding yourself. So you can listen to a drumming technique, or a drumming track, or you can actually just find a song that has a lot of really bassy drumming kind of vibrational sound, because that, like, that really low I want to say low vibration, but you know that that's not what I mean. It's not about the low vibration, it's about the really strong, the vibration of lower sounds, and I, for the life of me, can't find the word that I'm looking for, but I'm sure that you will understand. So, finding a track that you particularly vibe with, that is really connecting you to the ground, to that sense of, I guess for me, and Ellie's going to hate me because she hates this word, but it's that humanness, like that when we connect to our humanness, when we remind ourselves that we are human, that's what grounds us, right? So we can have that process of being in a space of meditation, for example, that's very airy. It's very much connecting with our spiritual being and our spiritual selves. And really, grounding is about reminding us that actually we are still human. We can meditate, we can extend that way and expand that way, but it's really important that we maintain our humanness and that we don't get lost in that, because, obviously we are still human and we need to maintain that in order to stay alive. So, yeah, those are some really simple, easy sort of grounding techniques. I would suggest to you that if you are looking to get started, really just close your eyes and just imagine imagine that rooting process. I think that was the first one that I did, and it's a really easy one, because you can do it anywhere and you can do it in any moment, and it doesn't require anything external. So just close your eyes, take some deep centering breaths, and just imagine that your lower legs are growing roots, and they are going down into the ground, and they are strong, and they are firm in the ground, and you can feel them. You can feel the energy and the groundedness coming up through them into your body, and you feel immovable. And when you kind of get that process going for yourself, you can do that anywhere that you feel a little bit, like if you feel anxiety rising, if you feel a little bit, lightheaded or a little bit distracted, just stepping into that rooted, grounded feeling is a really positive way to shift that. So that's my tip for the day. A bit longer than I planned, but I have lots of words, as Ellie would say. So have a beautiful day. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. If you are watching this on replay, drop a comment just letting me know which grounding technique you use, or which grounding technique you would like to try, because I would love to know. So have a beautiful day. Thanks so much for being here, and yeah,